Oh, hey! Welcome to Unstable Creatures Podcast. We took a bit of a hiatus, but we're back. Today's guest is a Orlando comic, super strange but funny cat. Strange because his last name's Strange. He has an hour special on YouTube. His fourth time ever doing comedy. Crazy. He's a super sick individual, super funny, super cool. We talk about comedy, we talk about his upbringing, we talk about him filming a special and what made him do that. So I'm super excited about this episode. Today's guest is Robert Strange.
I got chicken, ducks, and roosters on the farm. I'm just beating back with Susan the alarm. Johnny ate the grass, he's moving on a bong. Gypsy blisters never seen for long. I hope I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong, I hope I'm not wrong.
This episode is sponsored by Constant Pressure Tattoo Company, our first sponsor ever. So crazy. There are great friends over there in downtown Melbourne. They're doing a flash event Friday the 13th in downtown Melbourne, 911 East New Haven Avenue. If you're looking to get some sick ink, cool tats, you're tired of being a loser, tired of being single, go check them out. All of their details will be in the description box below. It's going to be awesome, super sick. Thank you so much. Big shout out.
Up, I don't know, certain theaters do it, where it's like the Coke pop and then the ice clinks into the glass and the popcorn. That used to like give me like goosebumps in the best way possible. And now if I hear anything ASMR at all, I want to throw up.
So like people eating, crunchy noises, any of that you hate?
Yeah, I mean there's on 104.1, I do deliveries all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm listening to like talk radio or podcasts constantly.
Love it.
There's some commercial on there where they're just some guy whispers and I literally have to like punch them. It's
you
like,
literally freak out.
It's the catch. It's like the hook. It's the opening line of the thing. It's like, hey, how you doing? Fuck. It freaks me out. I really do not like it.
No, I actually literally love whispering. I love drinking. I love eating. Like I love crunchy. Like when people are eating honeycombs, like, you know, like the honey and like they're crunching into the honey and they're like that. I'm like, I love it. I literally love it. The wax candy is another favorite of mine. It's like gummy candy in the middle, but then the outside is like wax.
The soda you bite off the top?
It's similar to that. Yes, it's similar to that, but it's like big pieces. Like it'll be like a castle, like a little mini castle, and they'll bite into it.
But it'll be like the size of a fucking hamburger.
Yeah.
So, like, it's got a lot of the middle part.
A lot of crunch.
The middle part.
Yes, yeah. And they'll crunch down and then you eat it, but you spit the wax out, you know? Like, and it's literally my favorite.
Like if you just Baby Bell cheese down the hatch.
Yeah.
Like a sunflower seed. You somehow in your mouth dissect it.
Yeah, literally. That's what they do.
That's what it was meant for, was like preservation, because they're like, that's like an old technology where they could put like fruity shit in there and it would stay preserved because it was encased in the wax. So then you just pop it in your mouth, you chew it, all the like strawberry or whatever squeezes out, and you spit the wax out. It was just the container, but it was like you're right, sunflower, like my autism really got scratched when you said fucking sunflower, because conceptually the same thing. You're just not like cracking it open.
See, that's a different thing to me, because I don't understand why people would choose to buy the sunflower seeds as they are when there's literally the regular sunflower seeds, no work involved.
It's the habit.
It's just the seeds.
Like
you just eat it, and there's no crazy fucking cup with spit and stuff in
When
it.
you played softball, did you ever have one of the people that chewed the sunflower seeds through
yes,
the
yes. And I hate that. Because I was the only person that had the sunflowerless seed. And I'm like, I don't care about the seed. It's not what we're eating. So why are you guys putting yourself through so much stress for the seed?
If you're eating just unshelled sunflower seeds, it's like the Mitch Hedberg joke that's like, if you want 2,000 of something, like you can easily go through like a whole field of sunflower
100%.
seeds if there's no shell.
Yeah.
But if you got to de-shell it yourself, there's some, I don't know.
No, I was literally like
it's like gum. Like the reason why the sunflower seeds and gum are so popular in baseball and softball is because like the shell carries the flavor.
Yeah, but I don't. So it's too much work.
On it to keep the flavor in their mouth longer and longer. It's just more about like always having it there.
It's too much work. My teeth are sensitive. I got shellless Skittles the other day. I mean, completely shellless. It's just the middle of a Skittles.
Who's de-shelling those Skittles?
Literally, well, apparently the Koreans. Zero work involved. I don't want it to hurt my teeth, and I literally ate probably 100 in one sitting.
They were really good.
And they were delicious. Yeah. Wow. Shellless Skittles. Look them up. It's a real thing. I think it's an Asian country of some sort. I don't know which one though. It all looks the same. I don't know.
Mini Starbursts that you can like.
Yeah.
They're like little tiny squares. They're kind of like that, but circular.
Yeah, I don't really. That's too much work. I don't understand. What is your favorite snack? Like, if you're like, oh, death row, you get one last snack before we kill you. What are you eating?
Lately, I've been chowing down on those sweet tart ropes.
Oh, God, don't even get me started on the sweet tart ropes.
The filling in the middle?
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on those. Those are so good.
This is a room that loves the middle stuff.
Middle stuff. We really love the middle stuff. Yeah.
It's a big white part of the Oreo crowd.
Yeah. Oh, God. Talk about Oreos, and I would literally leave the chocolate pieces behind. My dating life's the same way. It's crazy. Really only took the white part. Okay, sweet tart ropes. Those are delicious. What other... Okay, what about savory snacks? Like, are you eating chips?
It used to be sunflower seeds, actually.
Really?
I used to go fucking through them.
Ranch flavored?
Yep.
Those ones are good. I'm not even gonna lie about that. Yeah. No, yeah, you ate down on that one. Yep. I used to actually take this is criminal. I used to buy ranch sunflower seeds, like, because I didn't want to eat the seed. It was too much work. I would just suck the ranch flavor out and spit them back out. Yeah. I don't even care about the seed because it doesn't have the ranch part.
Yeah, fuck the nutritional value. I just
want the ranch.
I'm not in sunflower seeds for the nutritional value.
Yeah. That's another thing. It's like, who's getting filled up?
It really was. Honestly, for me, as a kid, it was like, that was my pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
You know? I would fucking shake it.
Yeah.
And I would open it the same way, and I would put the tiny little sliver in my pocket, and then I like knew that like if my hand goes 20 degrees like this, I'm gonna get 3 into my left cheek, and then like
right. Us kids that grew up with the oral fixation, the sunflower seeds were really our thing.
You know what? For some reason, I believe you.
Yeah.
I really do believe.
Sigmund Freud was on with us. He was onto something with that. Yeah. The oral fixation thing's weird. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What do you smoke? Cigarettes, vape, or anything?
No, I don't.
Did you?
I used to vape. A little bit in my early 20s, you know.
Okay.
But I've been fighting off cigarettes for some reason for the past like 3 months. Every open mic I go to, it's like it's a running joke now. It's like the conversation will die down. We're all just like staring at each other, being like, "Can't believe we're fucking here right now."
No, literally.
And then I'll just be like, "Does anyone have cigarettes?" And no. Everyone's trying to make sure I don't smoke cigarettes. I haven't smoked cigarettes. I had like maybe 7 my whole life.
Okay.
And all of those were in between like 19 and 21.
Yeah, know? And you're just looking to get back into it.
For some reason, I am about 3 open mics away from a pack a day. And I don't know why.
I completely understand. Something about comedy and cigarettes really goes hand in hand. One thing about it. Honestly, if I could smoke a cigarette while on stage, I really would.
Do you guys have cigarettes?
Honestly, what's crazy is I just bought my friend a pack of cigarettes, and I literally wanted one so bad. But Jake despises cigarettes and despises when I smoke cigarettes that it like pisses me off more than I want the cigarette, if that makes sense. Like he annoys me more than I want the cigarette, so it's like I have to choose.
Gotcha.
You know, it's like cigarette or being annoyed. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't know if it's worth it. But
my girlfriend is so supportive. Of like everything I do, including the cigarettes. She's like, well, I mean, I don't want you to, but fucking do it if you want. And I'm like, well, that kind of, I don't have to.
Honestly, we love that. Yeah.
I feel like if she was like, no, don't do it, then
you're going to want to do it. Yeah, 100%.
Sneak out of the house.
He's like cheating on her with a cigarette.
Those Camel Crush menthols are about to be mine, brother. One thing about it.
Car, like at a movie theater, just pack of cigarettes in the fucking passenger
It's just oral fixation.
Yeah, seriously. Honestly, if you're a parent watching this, which you're probably not, tap in. Don't give your kids pacifiers, because then this is what happens: cigarettes, vapes, and sunflower seeds, ranch flavored.
Yeah.
Honestly, a ranch flavored cigarette would go dummy.
They've probably tried.
Ranch flavored vape.
The Venn diagram. Oh yeah, they've definitely tried that.
Yeah, or like ranch zins. Like imagine if you could like put a zin in your mouth and it tastes like you're chewing on sunflower. Ranch.
So they got ranch for sure.
Barbecue?
I've seen a barbecue zin before.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Gross.
A barbecue menthol.
Spicy barbecue.
Ice spice.
That's insane.
It's not spicy, but it burns for sure.
That's so disgusting. No, yeah, we're really reaching new lows these days.
I don't need my nicotine
it's bad.
Smoky, you know what I mean? I don't need my maple, I don't need like...
Or we're literally walking through Walmart and they have all these new Pringle flavors. Have you seen Pringles these days?
I think,
yeah.
My family, for some reason, they only buy Pringles. Like
really?
I'll go over to like a Super Bowl party and there's like 50 cans of Pringles and it's like...
No other chips? No Doritos or anything?
They don't eat them. They're just like, well, we've always done it.
It's a finger food.
Let's just keep doing it. That's their cigarettes.
These Pringles. Yeah.
They're like, I don't even like these anymore. I just can't stop buying them.
Yeah, no, Pringles are like that.
He's like, this is the lucky.
Yeah. Pringles are actually like that because it's like when you eat a couple, it's like, dude, now I have to eat the whole sleeve. Yeah. But like the Pringles, I think they're like reaching for popularity again because they're so out. Like they used to be in and now they're out, so now they're reaching for like clout, and they're like, oh, let's make a carne asada fucking Pringle.
Yeah, tikka masala Pringles crazy.
Tiki masala Pringles, like why is there a butter chicken Pringle? I mean, what the fuck? The Indians have gotten a hold of the fucking Pringles. I mean, what are we doing? Like, yeah, I'm serious. Like they have literally the most insane flavors of Pringles, and they're all on sale and all full.
Yeah.
No one's buying.
They probably can't say Pringles.
Doritos.
What?
Oh, those don't even get me started on that.
That's like the cookies and cream Oreos. Oreo made cookies and cream Oreos. The only reason that cookies and cream is a phrase is because we're not legally allowed to say Oreo flavored.
Yeah, literally. It has to be cookies and cream because you can't let us.
I want to know who still purchases the white Hershey cookies and cream bar.
Oh, me. One thing about it, that's me. that is actually me. Like it's delicious. I used to take it and I used to melt it and make cookies. Like I would put them and like put it in the cookie dough and like mash it up and then make it delicious.
Deconstructed Oreo. It was her.
Okay.
She's the one.
Yeah. No, the white Hershey's bar cookies and cream Hershey bar. I've been keeping them in business for probably the last.
Welcome back to
years.
Are You Garbage, guys? Or what's that one that with the snack time thing that they did? With food fight or something.
Yes, yeah, that's true. Welcome back to How Are Things Made, America.
My Mythical Morning was big on the food ones.
Yeah.
My Mythical Morning.
Oh, if you don't know what My Mythical Morning is, dude, with
Good Mythical Morning.
Oh, good Mythical Morning.
It's good. It's good Mythical Morning. Yep. I said My Mythical Morning because it has M's.
What is that? Who is it?
It was Rhett and
Link.
Something. Link and Rhett. Big red-headed guy. And then like this short little nerdy white dude, and they would just do
review
crazy,
snacks.
Like, if you made McDonald's cheeseburgers into a milkshake, and then he'd be like, or they would just do taste tests where they'd be like, the best beef, and they would take like the beef patty off of Wendy's and they were doing shit like that, and it was just like they were spamming content for like a decade. They didn't run out of shit. They were super on top of it, and now they have like 20 million followers, and they're
Are they still doing it?
Yeah, 100%. They look old as shit, and like his son is like 15.
They just got diagnosed with diabetes, and
they're both like super healthy. But the one of them, like his son's like 15, and when he first started, they were like he was like 2 or something like that, and he's like grown up with the show.
Oh my
god! He like, wrote his dad a letter like, "You're the best dad, and I love you so much, and you're the best role model." And he read it on the thing, cold face, didn't cry a tear, and everyone was in the comments like. How the he's just reading it like it's somebody else's child. Like he's just like, yeah, Dad, I love you so much, and you're the best thing that's ever happened to me, and you're the best role model I've ever seen in my entire life. And I couldn't imagine having a better dad than you. And the guy just no emotion.
I text my dad, hey, and he starts crying.
Oh, she thought of me.
Literally. Where do your parents live?
My mom's in Georgia, and my dad is here in Orlando.
Oh, love that. What part of Georgia?
She's right. It's weird. You have to drive into North Carolina and then out of North Carolina. 3 times on the road to get to her house. So she's right on the border of North Carolina and Georgia. Oh,
that's nice. That area.
I just want to visit my mom.
She lives at 17.
I just described. You could find it based on just based on that little description. You could get there if you tried.
Okay, I love that. Georgia's really pretty. I like Georgia a lot. And your dad lives in Orlando. That's fun. Have they seen you do comedy?
They have, yeah.
Oh my god, what do they think?
My mom.
How do they feel about the racist jokes?
Those are their favorite.
Oh yeah, well in Georgia, I believe it. What up, Selma?
It's the same thing like with my girlfriend. I wish my family was less supportive because then I'd be able to be like, like Michael Jordan complex a little bit.
Yeah.
They're like,
so you wish you were black, is what you mean?
Oh yeah. That goes without saying. The grass is always blacker on the other side.
We can always assume that. Yep.
Really?
Are you white now? Yep. You want to be black.
Okay, well, I mean, I can understand in certain situations. Maybe not around the police, but in other ways. Okay, cute. So they've seen you do comedy and they're so supportive of it.
Yeah, I mean, I think that they're trying to maybe be like overly supportive because like deep down they
feel bad,
you know? Because it's like everyone in my family has like really like disciplined jobs, like Army, Air Force, Navy, principal, superintendent.
Oh, wow. So what happened here?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. Well, that's nice. I feel like I would rather family be supportive than not, but I understand what you're saying though, because it's like when they're not, then you like have something to like really strive for, you know? Like it's kind of like
you've never had the like, are you sure conversation? Like I guess.
Yeah. It's like I don't know. Like I feel like my dad's always been supportive of everything that I do, no matter what. Like I'm like, hey, I'm gonna shave my head and like you know, call myself Anthony, and he'd be like, you know, love you, do it.
Always been a big fan of Ant over here.
Yeah, big fan of Ant-Man over here. Okay, that's nice. When have they seen you do comedy?
The first time that my whole entire family saw me do comedy
at once.
Yep.
Oh God.
Here's a good story. The fourth time I ever did stand-up comedy, I'd done 3 open mics, all at the same place, 1 week apart from each other.
Okay.
And then COVID happened. That was back in 2019. That's when I started back then at the Drunken Monkey, which doesn't do comedy anymore, probably because I jumped on the couch. I don't know. They looked upset, but oh well.
They said we don't do comedy anymore. If you've ever heard of Robert Strange, that's why.
It was one of those places that didn't have a stage, and it was like, do the comedy here, and then I like hopped up here, and the barista or whatever, she was like, that's my couch. But I don't know.
And you just stayed up there?
It was just for one bit or something. It was a bit about how like you can't have a fight in a pool because you can't storm out of the pool. You're like waiting to get out of the pool. And so then like to get out of the pool, I stepped up on the couch.
Oh, okay.
And that's when I was like getting my towel and like drying myself off.
And she was pissed. Livid. Yeah. Okay. And then they all saw you do that? Like your whole family?
My whole family. So sorry, I was leading into the whole family thing. So I did stand up 3 times. And I was so confident in the 3rd time that when COVID hit, I was like, I'll just write an hour of stand-up comedy. I'll just fucking do that. And then I just practiced it in my room for the mirror for like all through COVID. And then as soon as COVID was over and like events were happening, I rented out the Abbey in downtown Orlando.
Oh, what the fuck? Hell yeah.
And I just sold tickets through like, hey, these people I know, put it on your Facebook. And then like my family told like their friends and shit, and I got like a big crowd together. And then my whole family came and saw me do an hour for the 4th time I ever did stand-up comedy.
That's insane.
And it only worked because I was naive enough to do that, you know?
Yeah.
Now I don't think I could.
No, yeah, you get bullied if you ever do something like that again.
Yeah. But my whole family was there. And that was also the first time they saw me like curse. My family doesn't like curse or anything, and I'm up there being like, fuck you, you bitch. And so, I'm big inspired by Jim Jeffries, so I'm like, yeah, fucking cunt, you know?
Yeah. Were they laughing?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, the only negative feedback I think I got, like I said, they're all so supportive.
Right.
And at the time, you know, I probably wouldn't have been able to handle if they didn't like it, you know, so I'm glad that if they didn't like it, they kept it to themselves.
100%.
But I did get a little bit of negative
I wish my
feedback.
Parents would do that. I wish really badly that they did that, because my parents are the first to be like, yeah, I mean, that was really dumb. Hey, so you need to stop doing that. You suck. Like, literally.
Back to the grass is always blacker. You know, you always want the other thing.
100%. Yeah.
Someone else's parents.
I don't know. Hispanic parents might actually be worse at this point. It's like they never go away. You know, they're always, you know, it's just...
Do you want to kill your parents?
No, I love them. I don't know about that. But I do love them, but you do look like someone that would want to kill their parents. But I do love my parents very much. And, like, they're so supportive. I just feel like sometimes they're a little too honest.
Yeah.
And so it's like no one can ever be hard. Like, I don't get my feelings hurt by any critiques because I'm like, try growing up with my dad for a day. Just try. Literally. Like, they're crazy. But so the 4th time you ever did comedy, you did a whole hour.
Yeah.
And you filmed it and posted it.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. You guys can go laugh at it. Not with it. You can laugh at it.
Right.
I haven't watched it in probably like 2.5 years just because I'm so...
Yeah,
like,
don't.
You know?
Did you get any hate comments? Like, did people comment under it?
You know, I told a story about this girl that we were kind of like dating a little bit, but we weren't like official. Like going into the relationship, I was very adamant, like this is not boyfriend girlfriend thing. And then
as you guys always do.
And then she was like, she just assumed that we were boyfriend and girlfriend, and we had like a bad split. But she was like really supportive of the comedy at the beginning, and I told her I was going to end up like doing this hour eventually. And immediately the first day I posted, I got like 3 dislikes before I got any likes. And I was like, that's her and her friends. I fucking know it.
No way.
I know it. So I don't know.
Hey, whatever.
It's got like 400 views. It's not like, I think the only comments are probably like my cousin who is like, yeah, Robert.
That's so crazy. That's really cool. I started watching it. I'm not gonna lie, I did not finish it, but I did start watching it, and it is very entertaining. But you're also just an entertaining person. Like, you're very animated, you're very funny, like, just naturally.
I feel like it might be kind of like the Ken Miller thing, you know? How he's able to, I mean, obviously he's a very good, I'm not saying that me doing my hour then is where he's at like 20 years in now, but how he says that like he was very just like personable on stage, and he just kind of like naturally got into the cadence of like delivering good comedy. Like what does he say? You can read a macaroni box or whatever, and it would be funny.
He's literally hilarious.
I don't think I could do that, but it was in that direction. Where it was like I was kind of coasting through personality on stage and just confidence.
Yeah, 100%. I definitely think you're very like, you're one of those people that are like extremely unassuming, because we just met you like a week ago, I think.
Yeah,
at Villain. Yeah, about a week ago. Yeah, we met you and you're just very unassuming, and people come up with their own assumptions, and I'm like, oh god, here goes one of those, and we'll see what happens. And then like, you're just a really naturally funny person, and you just say stories funny, and you're just like really animated, and people like that, because I think that it's not super common, because some people are scared to be like that. I feel like I'm really animated on stage, and I try to be, and it's a little more vulnerable, because you're like, I probably look so stupid doing this, but like, it is what it is, got to do it for the bit.
You really do. I was at the other bar last night, and I
wanted to go. I'm mad at myself. I didn't go.
Man, that would have been fun. But I was doing this bit that I had to like fully commit to.
Yeah.
And that was the note I got when Kevin went back up on stage, and he like got the microphone again because he was hosting. He was like, he really committed to that bit, and I was like, at least I got that going for me. I can commit to the bit.
He can commit to the bit,
regardless.
How did it go whenever you did other bar? Like, how did it go? You think?
I bombed at Grumpy's right before it, and
as we all do.
I was like, I don't know, I get like really, really nervous. I like whenever I go on the road to go do comedy somewhere, like I'm driving to Eustis, I always bring a backup shirt, because on the way there I sweat through the first shirt.
No way.
Yeah.
Because you're so scared.
I care so much.
Yeah.
And I know it can go well, and I know I can fuck it up, and I know that whatever happens, it's going to be me that does it. And so
So you just bring an extra shirt because you sweat through it. I mean, hey, it's fine. So hyperhidrosis, lock it in. Like, it is what I am so nervous too. But it's weird because like, I used to be nervous before I got on stage. Now it's the complete opposite. I have zero nerves before I go up. None. I'm just like, it is what it is. I've done it a bunch of times, but then as soon as I am on stage, then I get nervous, which is the worst time to be nervous.
Oh, wow.
Because I'm like, now I'm on stage, and then like I'm getting nervous because I'm like, and then I'll start stuttering or I'll say something wrong, and that's like, I used to not be that way. I used to be cripplingly nervous before.
Yeah.
On stage, completely chill. And now it's like starting to switch, and I'm like, what do I do? Because then I'm like, I'm literally shaking, and I'm sweating, and then I vomit, and it's like, it's a whole thing.
Yeah. Well, I really hope that doesn't happen to me, because that's my worst nightmare. The only thing I have going for me is the second I start talking, I'm like, all right, well, at
you're
least
super chill,
at least I can relax now. Same thing with like when I played football. I would be I never threw up before football, but I never didn't almost throw up before playing football. Yeah. Every single game, I was like, oh my fucking God, there's so many people here. They're going to see me suck.
For real. I've literally always wondered that too, because like people that play sports, it's like, oh my God, there's literally so many people watching right now.
It's a performance. It's
That's
entertainment.
Terrifying.
Well, at first, I was the quarterback for the first 6 years or so, but every single year I got worse at football, and every year everyone else got better at football. And so I just kind of got worse and stayed. I literally went from starting quarterback to backup quarterback to backup receiver to, I guess we'll put him on like the line for some reason, just like at the end of the game when we're winning. And then I was only in practice. And then my position in football was rabbit, which is not a position in football. It's an animal.
So they're just like, you'll just be a rabbit.
Yeah. Well, here's what it was. I was given the football at practice exclusively, and they told me to run in a straight line so that the rest of the players could have practice injuring a living thing.
And it was you.
It was me. And like 2 other guys. Shout out Johnny. He was bad at football too. They made him hold the clipboard. I felt bad for him. But at least I didn't have to hold the clipboard. I was just the rabbit. But yeah.
Yeah, holding a clipboard is a bit embarrassing.
Literally just running in a straight line, and then the real players.
And you probably didn't even do that right.
No, because I was so scared. So I'm just like trying to like dodge, you know? Yeah. But they're just running through me and tackling me to practice tackling something.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and so
that's terrifying.
Then I became the mascot, which was way more my speed.
Yeah, I can definitely see you being a mascot.
A lot more dancing.
100%.
I was like, oh, thank God, this is way better.
And no one knows it's you.
Nope, everyone knew it was me, and that's... I got a bit about it, and it haunts me to this day.
Where were you the mascot at?
Boone High School.
Oh, okay.
Boone Braves.
Love that, Boone Braves. What were you, an Indian?
A Native American, yeah. I dressed up...
Well, Robert, I don't know if I tell people that.
I got fucking 12 minutes on it.
Oh, God. Yeah, I feel like we used to have the most craziest things that we did before cancel culture was a thing, and that is one of them, is having Indian people as mascots. Yep. First of all, what are we doing? I mean, why are we doing that? Like, and it's just a white kid behind a big suit, and it's like, literally, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Doing the whole, like, why? Why were we doing that? That's literally insane.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Do you miss playing football?
No. I was very happy when I played football probably like 3 years longer than I should have, just because I was afraid to tell my dad that I didn't want to do football anymore.
Terrifying.
It was kind of like High School Musical, where it's like, this is your dream. But it was my dream.
But he had to tell his dad that he was gay and wanted to do musical theater. So I think that was a bit different. Yeah. His dad had every single right to be upset.
Yeah, that's true.
First of all, you're going from basketball to musical theater. So you're gay. Just...
It's because I feel the same way about jiu-jitsu matches.
Yeah.
And like, dude, it's because you were the quarterback. Like, the linemen don't throw up before the game, because if y'all lose, it's not your fault. It's like
a quarterback seems like they have way more pressure on their back.
And I would say maybe like a wide receiver, which was your like, those 2 positions are always going to be like, bro, they're all looking at me, because guess what? You score all.
You know, to me, what makes me the most nervous is the kicker. When everyone's like watching and waiting to see if you get that, I would literally fold. I couldn't.
Anybody on a football team who scores points are going to be nervous before.
That's so terrifying.
Because guess what? The game is about scoring fucking points.
Yeah.
So like, you're the one that makes the game happen.
And like in basketball, when it's like free throws and it's like tied and it's like the last quarter and everyone's watching you and you're literally, I would crumble. I would literally fold.
That was the same thing.
I'd throw it like a softball at somebody. Just like, I would forget how to play. That's so scary. It's terrifying. And especially if you're playing in like a higher level where it's like all those people in the stand plus all these people on TV that are watching you. I literally don't know how they do that.
Yeah.
But I mean, they get paid $30 million a year, so I'd figure it out. We'd get it done. Okay, well, so after you graduated high school, what did you do?
Jimmy John's. Shout out.
Okay,
Shout out Jimmy John's.
I love Jimmy John's.
I can deliver some food. I'm good at 2 things. Finding apartment complex, you know, and, numbers, and I'm not good at talking about the apartment, apparently. And I can do comedy. I'm really banking on comedy, because I can't just keep delivering food, you know. I'm going to school right now to become a teacher, you know.
Oh, love.
But that's really just to be like a nice safety net, you know.
Yeah. What kind of teacher do you want to be?
English, because I really love to read books, and I want to like write books and stuff. And
that's fun.
I don't find writing books to be, I've tried to do it, but it does not come naturally to me at all. So I'm taking a bunch of English classes and stuff and trying to like learn about it. And I don't know, for me, like books, you know, like when you see a comedian who like really loves it and they care about it, but they just can't get it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's sad.
I actually know a lot of them. Yeah.
First person that came to your mind right now, who was it? They're watching.
Bleep it.
Damn, dog, he's on your
And we're live.
And Robert Strange is a fucking problem.
What's up, guys?
No, I know so many like that, yes, where somebody loves something and it's like you feel bad because it's like it's not going to happen, but they love it, so it's like, whatever, keep doing your thing, you know?
Yeah, that's how
keep
I am.
Loving it.
That's how I am with trying to write a novel. I've tried like 4 times to start a novel. I have great ideas. I like write them down the same way that I do it like with comedy, but when it comes to comedy, I really feel like I'm putting pieces together in a puzzle, and when I'm writing a novel, it's just like...
I feel like you would write a good novel for girls that wear like cat ears and stuff.
Yeah, I love 21 Pilots.
Yep, you love 21 Pilots, and I think the cat ear and cat tail community really would love whatever you put out, honestly.
Yeah, it
seems like that vibe.
Yeah.
I don't know, I have absolutely zero, like, focus to read anything. I literally can't read anything. I've tried to be a reader. I used to cheat even in school to read AR points. Like, I would literally have someone else read books and, like, tell me the test answers because I really despise reading that much.
Damn.
Yeah, and then it's like I go to spell restaurant and I'm like, well, maybe I should have read a little bit more. I'm like, fuck. I go to spell ceiling and I have a stroke. It's really not good. I cannot spell for shit, but it is what it is. That's cool. Well, English teacher, that'll be fun. I think you would give, like, you honestly would give, like, oh, Captain, my Captain, English teacher vibe.
Yeah,
Dead Poet Society is my favorite movie of all time. You give him.
I would feel like I was bombing if I wasn't changing students' lives.
Yeah, because it's like
he goes on to his wife. He's like, I'm not profound.
That's what I mean. Yeah, you're right.
Don't see me as a fatherly figure.
No students have told me about their abuse.
He's like, not a single kid all year has accidentally called me dad. I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
If I don't feel like I'm in Freedom Writers right now, I'm bombing. Yeah. No, seriously, but I think you would be naturally, though. I think kids would just love you.
He's like, no student ever came up to me and ever told me that I made them want to be a writer.
Literally no one.
I have no little authors. I'm gonna die.
Yeah, because it's like, that must be like that. If you're a teacher and you're just like an average teacher, like no one really remembers you, that has to hurt.
There's cop-outs, though. Like, imagine the PE teachers.
Has to hurt.
Oh, the PE teachers gotta be like fucking stroking it, dude. Like, their class
I hope
leaves.
not. I've delivered food for everybody, man.
Yeah.
I've been in the game.
You're really good at it.
I'm so good at it.
Methods.
I've met a lot of functional methods, but one of them I didn't know that she did. I thought that she had a cold or something because she was always like, she was like snorting through her nose like all the time, and making just disgusting mouth noises, which I feel like I hate. And unprovoked, I didn't say like, hey, what the fuck's going on with your nose? Or just from across the dominoes, she screamed out, I bet you think that I do a lot of coke. And I was like, what? She's like, my snort, I bet you think I do a lot of coke. It's not. I snort meth. And I was like, I didn't know you could snort meth. But apparently the crystals be fucking up the old nose.
Yeah, 100%. Honestly, if a functional method isn't making my pizza, I really don't want it, to be honest. Yeah. They really make, honestly, the best pizza I've ever seen.
No gloves.
No gloves.
You don't
no
have
gloves.
Domino's?
I mean, they want you to.
Oh, God, really? And they just don't?
Checking,
yeah, I mean,
just bare hands.
Management's in that store once a month.
Oh my God, that's terrifying. Papa John's is honestly better pizza, though. I hate to cause a controversy.
I would say that they have better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
You love Papa John's. What was your favorite delivery place?
If
you had to say.
Jimmy John's for the vibes.
Jimmy John's is a complete vibe.
I was there for like 3.5 years, from like 17 to however much that is plus 3.5.
Yeah.
And just the people that I worked with there was so nice.
And you're just delivering unwitches to fucking God knows who.
Yep.
I love Jimmy John's so much. Jimmy John's is really good. What do I normally get? I think they have like a veggie sandwich. I know it doesn't seem like I'd get 13, that, but yeah, a number 13. Yep, I'd get that. And then the barbecue chips, the Jimmy John's barbecue chips are...
Well, they've priced... I got a beef with Jimmy John's because they've priced out their loyal customers. And because of that, literally 3 Jimmy John's locations, including the one I used to work at, near my house, has now closed down. And I knew it was fucking coming too, because they started putting stickers for the prices on the menus instead of repainting the menu prices.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, you're not a fucking gas station, Jimmy John's.
Yeah. We're better than this.
Let's paint on those prices to like show that we're committed to these prices. We're not going to change it in a little bit.
That's annoying.
When I worked at Jimmy John's, the price went up for the sandwich from, I think, $5.89 after tax to $6.66 after tax.
Ooh.
And so on the board it said, like $6.30. But then once it rung up with tax, it would say $6.66. And about 1 out of every 25 women would be like,
I'm good.
No, I'll have a cookie. I'll have a cookie with that too. Yeah, only women. I don't know why.
Well, it's because we believe in the angel numbers. Yeah, and 666 like isn't the best of luck. Yeah. So yeah,
isn't the best of luck. I think it's more than that.
Satan, Lord of Darkness.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, it's like the 666 means like can mean demonic time in some instances, but there's also a thing called angel numbers where 666 doesn't mean demon. It just means like unlucky. Like it's just an unlucky number. Yeah, in China, so like, oh, if I check this out, my husband's gonna cheat on me, and it's like, honey, he's been.
Ooh.
I think in some Asian countries, 6 is a lucky number, and so like they like 666. They're like it's like our 777. Because when I worked at the cell phone store, like there was an Asian woman that came in.
I don't get us mixed up. What the hell?
She was like, I want my number to be all 6s, and I was like, the middle part's only 3 digits, right? And she was like, perfect. I was like, oh.
Ew, what the hell?
She was very obviously not demonic though. It was like a little like, I mean, you never know, but like.
Do you guys know Brian Posehn, the comedian? He's got a big red beard, glasses, bald head. I'm trying to think of like what shows he's been on, but I used to listen to like a lot of his albums on Spotify and stuff. And he's big into like metal music and everything. And his height is 6'6", and then like a sixth. So that's what he says. He's like, I'm 6 foot 6 inches and like 6 millimeters or whatever, the height of the beast.
Oh, wow.
I always thought that was really cool.
Is he the one that like
6'6" is the height of the beast? Jesus.
Like guttural screams on the stage. He'll be like he'll scream at certain points.
Yeah, I think he gets like in it, like he'll.
You know who he is. You know who he is.
Is he older?
He's
probably in his later 50s by now.
Yeah, he's older. Maybe. And he talks about like moshing. He like talks about metal music and stuff. I know exactly what you're talking about. But yeah.
I thought he was dead for like, I don't know why. I think I like saw like a memorial for him on Twitter or something, and I was like, God. Oh no, Brian Posehn is dead. And then literally like 8 months ago, he was at the Abbey in Orlando. And I was like, what?
He just comes out and he's like, hey, I'm not dead,
actually. I mourned him.
Oh my God, that's so funny. No, yeah, I know who you're talking about now. He always wears like Metallica shirts or like different t-shirts on stage, and he talks about metal music. And it's really cool because I feel like I can never talk about that because it's not relatable, but then he makes it so easy, like to talk about that sort of thing. Like just so many things are like really niche that I'm like, I feel like people aren't going to find this funny. Like, you know what I mean?
I do recognize him. This guy is a little bit older.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's this guy.
Oh, okay.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah, his red beard's gone white.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He's close to death. You may have to mourn him again soon.
I can't lose him twice.
You can't lose him twice.
Last night at Grumpy's, I lost the same audience member 3 times. They walked out 3 times.
What?
And I came to find out, because eventually I did some crowd work with him when he came back in the 3rd time. He was there for business. He was like doing some promotion with the bar or whatever. But he like
say he's at Grumpy's for business.
I don't know. I love Grumpy's. Yeah.
Love Grumpy's. Okay.
Let me perform there still.
And you were doing crowd work, and what did he say?
He was like one of those guys who's just like, I don't know, man. What are you even saying? What? Like he ignored me for like the first 3 things.
Yeah.
And then he was wearing a maroon shirt, so I was like, Maroon 1. Are you here for business or pleasure? And he's like, I don't know. And then the lady who owns the bar.
He's like, please stop talking to me.
Yeah, the lady who owns the bar. Because, I was bombing. I was fucking grasping
at straws,
for the side of the pool.
Yeah.
I was like, please, I'm sinking here. And then the lady who owns the bar was just like, he's here for business. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, see, that's what I assumed.
Love it.
Yeah. And,
I'm always scared to go to Grumpy's, honestly.
Severide was the one I was talking about. Luke Severide or Severide. He's this gentleman. Okay, this picture needs to load. You're pissing me off.
Oh.
We need to get you a mic, man. You know what I mean?
I'm on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just mean like it's kind of like like when you're watching the UFC and it's like Joe Rogan and John Anik, and then all of a sudden they're like, and here's Dean Thomas to explain some rules.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
And Dean talks for like 10 seconds. You're like, thanks, Dean.
Dean's actually, I've met Dean a few times.
Really?
Yeah, he has a house around here, and he's friends with my coach. He's really tapped in. He knows like everybody.
That's
really
cool.
Weird, that's Luke Severide.
Yeah.
I don't know that guy.
He talks a lot. He's really funny.
He's got some really funny jokes about like he's like big in the metal scene, like hardcore, and he like has a lot of like palatable jokes for anybody that.
He looks like Brian 20 years ago. Honestly, he looks exactly like him.
Same vibe, just different era.
Speaking of UFC things, do you know who Gilbert Burns is by chance? Because I know he's big into the UFC.
I don't know who that is.
She's not enough to recognize.
Okay, well he's a very.
I'll tell you
fighter.
who I know. I know Cowboy Cerrone.
Yeah.
If you're watching, love. I know Conor McGregor. I know Sean, Sugar Sean
O'Malley.
Yeah, Sean O'Malley.
Shout
I know
Sean.
Dustin Poirier. Mm-hmm. And I know Jake Paul. Oh, and I know Floyd Mayweather. Okay. I know Mike Tyson, obviously. Yeah. I know...
Those are boxers.
Muhammad Ali.
UFC fighters.
Oh, okay. Who else? There's another bigger guy that I love. I can't remember his name.
The Big Show.
Big Hero 6, you mean?
It's the Big Show.
Okay, go on.
All you need to know about Gilbert Burns is that he could, like all UFC fighters, he could easily kill a person, right? Obviously.
Okay.
So I went to UFC Orlando when they came here in, what was it, end of 2022 or 3 or something like that? I don't know. And I'm going to the bathroom in between the fights, and there's it's a sporting event, big long line for the bathroom.
Right. Everyone's pissing.
And there was a young boy standing right in front of me.
Okay.
And he was kind of like shaking and like he didn't know like where to go, like his dad wasn't around.
Oh.
And it's like, do I go to the urinal? Do I go to the stall? Like, I don't want to stand next to these guys while
am I out with my dick peeing thing? I don't know where I'm at. Yeah.
And I used to be that kid,
Right.
I would be fucking like shaking in the bathroom, like, where do I go pee? Just here, And
yeah.
So the stall opened up and I didn't know if he saw it. And so I was like, hey, the stall is open. You could do that. And he turned around and looked at me like 10 times. I made him way more scared.
Why?
I'm not sure. But
if you looked the way that you do, I'd be scared too.
I was gesturing towards like the stall, I was like, hey, the stall. You, me, the stall right now. Let's go.
Right.
And then I come out. So I went into the stall because I was like, oh, he doesn't know what I'm saying. Let me go in there. And then I come out. I'm leaving the bathroom. I'm like, oh, shit, Gilbert Burns. Gilbert Burns was in the bathroom. And he was like washing his hands. I'm like, hey, Gilbert Burns is just here watching the fights. That's cool. And then I go back to my seat. 30, 45 minutes later, I see Gilbert Burns on the, like, these are the celebrities that are here. And it was like, Gilbert Burns is here. And he held up his son. And it was the boy from the bathroom.
No.
I don't think he spoke English. And I was inviting Gilbert Burns' son, who was standing right behind me. I was like, let's go to the bathroom. And Gilbert definitely, if he saw that, would have been like, the fuck are you doing with my son in the stall?
Yeah, 100%.
I've thought about that maybe like once a week. Just,
dude,
it was potentially embarrassing, like
potentially, but wasn't quite.
No,
it is what it is.
Threatening too.
Yeah.
Potentially deadly.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I also know Brandon Moreno. I love him. He's my favorite, actually.
She loves Brandon Moreno.
Yeah, love Brandon Moreno.
Hold name while you finish your story, and you do.
Yeah, absolutely. He's actually my favorite. Love him to death. Very much.
He's not the champ anymore.
Nope.
He had it for.
All right, well, let's not talk about that.
Dude, I was at a UFC fight one time, and I was going to the bathroom as well. I met the real Tarzan, Mike Holston, if you know who that is. He's like the black guy.
Oh, yeah.
They,
I don't know that guy.
Freeze and fall out of the tree, and he like saves them and gives them a warm place, and then releases them and shit. Even though they're completely.
What do you mean they
just
freeze
like Tarzan.
and fall out of the tree?
It's, iguanas in South Florida, when it's cold, their bodies aren't acclimated, and their blood like.
The cold there is like 65 degrees.
No, it's like 4. I'm saying when it gets down to like 40
at night,
they literally like they will be in the trees over the water, and their body will like freeze, and they'll fall and drown, and like it happens all the time. So like he goes around and saves them. Anyway, I met that guy, but I had a similar, not a similar, but like a almost bad time. I'm standing in line waiting for food at the UFC event, and there's a guy, and he's like waiting in this line to order his food, and he's standing right next to me. And when we get to the front, he's like, hey, I'd like to order some food. And they're like, you're in the pickup line. You're going to need to go get back in line right over here. And he's like, I've been waiting here for like 20 minutes. And she's like, and you didn't see all the people grab their food from me?
Just the gall of service industry.
She literally was like, she's like, this is the line where we give people the food. Everybody.
Hey, so do you read?
She was like, everyone in front of you has gotten food and walked away with it, and you haven't even ordered. Like, how are you not noticing that? And and he was like, starts cussing.
She did not say it like that.
Oh my god, she was so abrupt with him, because there's like 1,000 people. It's in between the like prelims and the regulars. So there's like,
I love her personally.
Is in the hallway. Anyway, he starts cussing out this little black girl. I mean, she's got to be like 100 pounds soaking wet, and he's like a big Brazilian dude. fuck you, I'm getting in this line, and I'm right next to him, and he's talking about skipping me, right? There's a dude, and I trained at this
and Jake's like, hey, I've been waiting for 45 minutes as well. You're welcome to get right behind me, though.
I don't know who's going to start a fight at a UFC fight, but, like, the likelihood of those human beings in that crowd being trained, much higher than a Publix, brother.
No, yeah, seriously.
That is every UFC fan's dream. Like, I also want to fight tonight.
So I'm standing next to him, and I'm hearing this as a white belt. Like, I'm a fucking cocky white belt, like, please do something, you know what I mean? But then a guy behind me, I'm like close to saying something, but a guy right behind me goes, hey bro, shut the fuck up, leave me the fuck alone, dude, I'll beat your fucking ass.
And you turn around and he's
I turn around and he's this tall. He's like and the dude that he was yelling at was a big Brazilian guy, right? And the big Brazilian guy goes, dude, I'm a fucking purple belt, I'll kill you, I'll literally kill you right now.
I'm a purple belt. Ew, that's so embarrassing.
The dude behind me goes, I'm a fucking black belt,
I'm a black belt.
Literally like, just like that. And I literally looked, and they both let it go. And I was like, that is the gayest thing I've ever...
That's like, so embarrassing.
You just cited your belt color, and you guys were both like, maybe we shouldn't. You shouldn't have, to begin with. You're grown men at a fight. Like,
ew, that's actually so embarrassing.
I've been doing comedy 8 years. I've been doing comedy 6 years! Okay, fine, we're friends.
It was literally...
I'm a black belt. Oh my god, that's embarrassing.
I think the guy with the black belt was a little less corny, because he wouldn't have said that. Like, he was just telling the guy to shut the fuck up, like, I'll beat your ass. And the dude with the purple belt was like, I'm a purple belt. You know what I mean? Like, and then so he was just citing it in response. You know what I'm saying? But
that's so embarrassing.
Probably the funniest thing I've ever seen, because they both, I mean, he's barking at the lady. They start fighting. Oh, I'm a purple belt. I'm a black belt.
Over a damn hot dog.
Done. He just pulled out a line.
Over a hot dog and a large soft drink.
Still got out of line and went, after all that, got out of line, went into the back of the line that he was supposed to be in. Like,
period.
The best part about that hypothetical fight is that they would have played by the rules.
they really would have.
They both have a set of rules that they've fought by for, the last 12, 13 years. So it's not like they'd be poking each other in the eye to win. They could have won the fight, but they're like respecting each other and like, I'm going to pass your guard.
I'm gonna put you in a bare naked lady back choke. Crazy shit.
I've seen videos of street fights where like they get into a fight and the dude gets him like in a choke and he's tapping and the guy chokes him unconscious and then the guy wakes up and he's like, mad, bro, what the fuck? I tapped. Like, yeah, this isn't the gym, dumbass. Like, I was trying to choke you to sleep. Like,
my god, yeah, I honestly hate that. I want it to be like street fight, like World Star type stuff. I miss that. I miss when people used to get in really ratchet, nasty fights. Have you ever been in a fight?
Yes, and I was so shocked that it just stopped. It was over my friend who was a wrestler it was like the year that I stopped being good at football. Mm-hmm. And so everyone on the team was like, wait a minute, we're better than this guy. Like, and they tried to usurp my throne.
Yes. So your mental health is in shambles.
Yeah. So I'm with my friend who was like a wrestler and like he wanted to be like the guy on the football team and stuff.
Right.
And I was just like fucking around. I was like trying to take his French fries.
Ooh,
and I spilled his French fries because he didn't want me to take his French fries. No words about it. Just he looked at the French fries and he came up and started punching. And like all 7 punches hit me in the face. And I was standing there so shocked to be in a fight that I was like, over French fries? In between punches, I said, French fries ? And he literally stopped and was like, and he just walked away because that was anti-catharsis for him. Like, he was so ready to fight and then nothing came of it. And I was like, oh no, come back, we can fight.
Run it back. Sorry.
I'm sorry, man, we can fight. I didn't mean to hurt your fight feelings. My bad, man.
That's so insane. I've never been in a fight before. I've hit 2 people in my life, but I've never like been in a fight. Like I've never gotten hit. Like, if someone's trying to fight me.
You should let one of your close friends slap you in the face to see what it's like. I've done that.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because I do have anger problems. I am unhinged mentally, and so I don't know if that would work out well.
Okay. Go ahead and do it.
Please.
Bitch, I'll kill you. Yeah, and so I don't think I'll ever talk to you again. Like, I don't even know. Why'd you let someone slap you in the face? You just wanted to feel something?
Actually, yeah. It was,
I used to cut my wrist for that reason, but...
Shout out.
shout out to the
gang.
Right, Suicide Silence Tumblr days.
Y'all been to behavioral health centers and shit? I've been there.
We love a behavioral health center. Yeah.
But it was, I think, COVID or something, and the only thing on at the time was UFC fights, and like the fights hadn't started yet, and so my friend's little brother Ian, I was like, guys, we aren't doing anything, and I felt like a bad host.
Yeah.
These are great hosts. Everybody watching online. I came here. They were like, do you want a glass? Do you want water? Do you want a straw? Do you want a coaster? Do you want? I was just trying to be a good host. You know, it's like they're in my house. I'm trying to, and I was like, oh, he's not having fun right now.
Oh yeah.
Ian, have you ever slapped anybody in the face? And he said no. And I was like, all right, we're gonna do it right now. And then like it became a production. Like it was supposed to just be like, all right, let's stand up, slap me in the face.
Right.
But then it was like, well, it'd be better if we were over here, like away from the chairs.
Right.
And it'd be better if like Parker was over there recording it. And then I got.
And you need chalk, and you know you gotta wear. You need to put on an outfit. Yeah.
Exactly. I put on my unitard. It was great.
Yeah.
And
it reminds me of like the slap competitions when they that's so insane.
It was a lot like that. And as the production got bigger, I started to slowly chicken out a little bit.
Are you telling us the story of how you started slap fighting? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. I started, and then Dana White saw it.
Like, wait a second. He's like,
I'm supposed to be a millionaire.
Bigger and the ESPN called me. And I was like, yeah, dude, let's send it. Whatever.
And Dana White actually got an email from Dana White recruiting me. So yeah, actually, I'm lying about all this,
Dana White
I'm a slap.
the shit out of his wife on Twitter, and now we have slap fights.
That was a crazy day.
That is a crazy timing thing. Did you realize? Do you realize
that was New Year's Eve of like 2020?
It was New Year's Eve.
On New Year's Eve, him and his wife got drunk at like some bar in Dubai after like one of the fights. I don't know.
Pull the video up.
But it was somewhere overseas.
He was inspired by Dubai. He was like, they got it so good here, hitting women.
So him and his wife got like screaming. It's all on film. Like they're screaming at each other. She hits him, and he just hits her right back.
No.
Yeah.
Pull it up.
He totally wipes it over. Like he does the billionaire, like, it was my wife. We've been together 20 years. Shit happens.
What the
fuck? He did the whole thing, right?
That was his excuse?
Tell me how that's like, tell me how in the...
If you thought that was bad, you should see what I do at home.
5 years that Dana White has been involved in boxing and MMA, he hasn't started a slap organization. But within 6 months after getting caught slapping his wife on camera...
That's a good point.
A slap organization.
That's a good point.
It's like...
He's a dog.
He saw it, and he was like, that video went viral as fuck. Yeah, we're doing this. Yeah.
I want to see it. Pull it up.
Once a promoter, always a promoter.
That's insane. So the slap organization that you see with them wearing the blue and all that, that's him? That's Dana White?
Yep.
No way.
It's on UFC Fight Pass. That's where you can watch that.
It's dangerous to just get hit in the face, you know?
Yeah, I feel like that. I mean, that looks like extremely painful. Yeah, it looks so bad.
It was a shock to my system. You know, I had been punched in the face, but it was by like a kid. You know, he was a kid at the time when we were both kids punching each other. I had never been slapped by a full-grown man.
Did it hurt?
Well, I was chickening out. I was like, this is gonna hurt. And so I was like, Ian, you gotta use your left hand. And he like took a pause and he was like, okay, that sounds good.
Okay.
And then he just wound up with the left hand and he slapped me real hard. Just a yellow flash.
Oh.
And it didn't hurt, but it like...
shocked you.
It shocked my brain to the point where I saw a cannonball exploded in my face. And I just remember saying, dude, that's dangerous. And then he was like, yeah, man, I'm left-handed. And I was like, what the fuck? I told you to use your left hand because I thought it would be better.
I wonder if that's why you're autistic.
He was a pitcher. He was a baseball pitcher, and he pitched with his left hand. And he didn't think to tell me that when I was like, hey, man, use your left hand.
And was like, sounds good to me.
Yep, he was like, oh, this is way better for me. All right.
He's like, oh, he knows me so well. He's telling me to use my good hands.
Hey, so anyways, the charcuterie board's ready, everyone. It just goes back playing the music, the chopped up cheese. That's insane. That's so crazy. I don't think I'd ever voluntarily let somebody slap me in the face. I don't know. I that sounds terrible. I don't want to be hit in the face. I don't want to be punched. Like, I'm scared.
I get it.
I'm very scared. And I'm scared it's going to, like, cause some type of damage that's, like, irreversible. And I already have enough. I've got enough damage that's irreversible. I can't have any more. Like, I really will end up... I'll be schizophrenic, full-blown.
Oh, no.
Yeah, not a full-blown schizophrenic, please.
Are you close? Are you almost there?
I'm close, for sure. Okay. Definitely.
And I'm about to break.
Yeah, I'm teetering the line, for sure. And I don't want to be full-blown schizophrenic. Is this the video?
J-Mo. All right.
It took you so long. You're fired.
You saw
You're lying.
Under the disco lights. I mean,
yeah.
Wow.
So she slapped him first.
A better one, too. She got his ass way better.
And then he slapped her back.
Yeah, and you could tell it was like he didn't put any strength into it. He knew what he was doing was wrong. Like, she just full slaps him, and he goes...
and she falls to the ground.
Yeah. No, they got separated. Yeah, like the...
Who was it? Would anybody say anything?
Dude, he got flamed. But
it was weird because at the end of every year, the UFC takes like their big break where they'll do like, I don't know if it's a month off, or they'll do like 2 or 3 weeks off without doing any fights at all.
Yeah.
And that's when like Dana White will like go off and have his vacations and stuff. And then
this was during that time.
This was during that time. And so there was 3 weeks of buildup for the media to not ask about it. And like the UFC media is so fucking like, we need it now because they have a fight every single week.
Yeah.
It's not like football where it's like 17 a year and that's it.
Yeah.
UFC gets an interview every single week, you know? And so when he came back, they had like 100 questions for him and he was just like, no, it's not a problem. And they were like, you fucking hate your wife.
It's really not that big of a deal. All the UFC fighters hit their wives.
I'm loosely quoting him, but he literally said something like, you know, me and my wife, we've been together 20 years, man. It just, stuff happens. That's a quote. I could say with virtual certainty I'm almost 90% on what exactly
You're
said.
lying.
Yeah,
that's insane. Yeah. And literally everyone still supports him and loves him.
I think you lost some.
I love him.
And the silence was deafening.
Are you trying to get me to support domestic violence? Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're doing?
I mean, yeah, that's it. That's absolutely insane. That's crazy. I want to know the tea. I want to know what they were fighting about, what happened, what did they say, and what was going on, because that's crazy. Have you ever hit a girl?
Oh my god.
I have 2 sisters and I'm gonna think about this.
Okay.
I'm not pausing because it's like, well, let me think if
I'm sure they hate you.
Let me think if I should say this or not. I'm trying to think if it ever came to blows with my sister. I probably like pushed my sister.
Yeah.
Me and my brother would like punch and kick and stuff, but I don't think, if ever there was a woman that was hit by me, it was my little sister.
Of course.
And I got the shit kicked out of me for it, if that did happen. I don't think so, because I can't think of one.
Are all of your siblings large, athletic build?
My family is very sporty. Yes,
Yeah.
my brother went
very sporty.
My brother went to.
That's a sporty build.
Yeah.
That's a sporty build.
Yeah,
You look like you'd be really good at pickleball or something.
I got such bad.
You look like
knees.
a runner, dude. You look like a runner.
Oh yeah.
I've run my knees off my body. I can't. I have the worst knees ever.
Really?
I've had 3 knee surgeries. The first 2 were before I was 16 years old. I've been trying to convince doctors to give me knee replacements because what they're doing right now is just kind of like putting a Band-Aid on it, and then every 10 years I need another surgery, but they won't replace my knees because I'm so young. And I'm like, just fucking get in there, cut out them
Yeah,
knees.
just get new knees.
Chop me off with the knees, man.
Chop you off at the knees. Yeah. So all your whole family's like very sporty builds.
All went to like states in track and stuff. And
oh wow.
My uncle played football at Florida. My dad was an incredible athlete, and then he fucked up his back while squatting like 1,000 pounds or whatever, and you know.
As they always do.
He was like, I was going to be the long snapper for the Miami Dolphins. And then, you know.
No way, that sucks.
You got a sitcom dad? He's like, just in the backyard drinking a beer, like sawing something. Like, I could have been on the fucking Dolphins.
Every dad wants to be on the Dolphins.
Just mad that you're the quarterback.
I know, he was probably pissed whenever you started to get bad at football.
He was, and I let go of that football dream way before he did, you know, and that I felt so bad being like, Dad, I don't like football anymore. In fact, I fucking hate it. I never said that. Yeah. But I really did those last couple years, and I felt so bad.
And now he has to watch you go on stage and interpret a monkey. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He's like, but my son does a hell of a monkey impression. Sometimes. Isn't that the crazy dichotomy of it all? 1 year.
It'd be way worse if your brother was in the NFL, though.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
One of you made it, and the other one's a stand-up comic. He, like, doesn't even send you a birthday card.
No, seriously. It's crazy. Like, growing up's insane. It's like 1 year I'm having a conversation with my dad. He's begging and playing for me to go in the military. And the next, I'm talking about, you know, black people on stage. It's really, like, it makes absolutely no sense at all. It's crazy. It's the dichotomy of growing up is crazy. But... You know, you have to follow your dreams. You have to follow what you want to do, and that's what you're doing, which is great. You're killing. You're hilarious. You're getting back into it. Really? Okay, so I know you said you like took a break and stuff. So when did you like start back up? Consistently. In
2020, I probably performed like less than 5 times. 2021, probably like 5 times. 2022, probably like twice. 2023, probably like 20 times.
Okay.
And then about a year and a half ago, I started doing like, you know, fucking 9 a week, you know? It's just like...
Okay, like at the beginning of 2024?
Yeah.
Ish?
I think so. Somewhere around there.
Okay. And you were doing it in Orlando?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I literally never seen you. So it was like...
A lot of people say I get so many haircuts. And my hair used to be like long and down to like my shoulders.
Oh, really? Yeah. That's interesting.
And also I'm very bad at, like making friends at open mics and stuff.
Yeah, like don't do it.
It took me like 5 months before I was like, these guys, they're talking to me. They like me.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I used to be a tour guide at Universal. That used to be my whole thing, is like bringing groups together, making friends on the fly.
Right.
But then when it wasn't like my day job that I was getting paid for, I would like go to the bar and be like, these people fucking hate me. They hate my jokes, and I'm just not gonna talk to them, I guess, because of course they hate me. And then they were like, Robert, you're funny, and I was like, what? Oh, thanks. Yeah. Hey. You're cool too. Thanks, man.
Making friends is so, especially in comedy, it's like so scary. It's the worst.
Especially because like you are actually like, it's like you are like friends with people, but then sometimes a person will come up and like they want to be friends with you, and then you find out like they want something from you.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, do you want to be my friend? Oh man, it's a weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird dance, this open mic thing.
Yeah.
It's like, are you good at networking, or are you actually my friend, or is it both?
Yeah.
It can be both, but
100%.
I don't know.
Well, I'll say this right now, I don't want anything from you. I don't think there's a single
what
thing
are
that you
we?
have.
What is this? Why am I on camera?
No, I don't know. I just think that you're like a good person. You're just funny. Like you were just really nice. So I feel like me and Jake always gravitate towards people that are just like really authentically themselves people. Like I don't give a shit about the comedy thing. Like I don't care about that. Like, yeah, we're all doing comedy, but like that's the boring fucking part of our lives. Like we all know what we're doing. It's like the boring part. I want to know, what are you scared of? What do you think about whenever you go to sleep? Like, you know what I mean?
You mentioned Ken Miller earlier, and like it's a very similar thing. Like Ken is a very similar person to who he is on stage, off the stage, and he's just a very genuine person to like what he does. Mm-hmm. And I will say that like if I'm meeting a comedian and you are completely polar opposite on stage as you are in real life, something about that like triggers a weird like, why are you here? Like, what are you copying? What are you doing? Trying, you know what I mean? Like, what itch?
Because I'm recording your set and I'm posting it on Reddit and say whose jokes are these.
It's a sense of self-expression. Like I didn't even have to know you for 20 minutes to like, when I talk to you for 10 and then you go up on stage and I'm like, dude, like it's refreshing. It's like, like I know that when I talk to him off stage, he's gonna sound like that and talk like that and implement those funny things in his life into his real.
You're a normal person, and that's very hard to find, is what we're trying to say.
Well, thank you.
A good normal.
Honestly, you're close to like the least we've known someone on the pod. Very close. Like
we had a 20-minute convo and said, hey.
Yeah.
You want to be on the podcast?
We did the same thing with Crocker, though. Like I was like,
Crocker's another one. And then whenever you said like, oh, you know Michael Crocker, and that you're friends with Kyle and stuff, I was like, oh, that's good.
Shout out Michael Crocker. Shout out Kyle Christopher. Great guys.
Great guys.
Guys who I know are my friends.
Know that they're your friends through and through. They're awesome guys. We love them to death. What do you have going on? What's coming up? What shows are coming up? What are you doing?
Pineapples tonight. Excited about that. My debut at the old Moon Room.
Hell
really
yeah.
Excited about that.
Gonna kill.
I'm doing a lot of shows in Eustis. Those old whites love me. They love a clean Robert Strange.
Yeah.
I'm not clean all the time, but I'm clean in Eustis when they want me to be.
Right. And it's hard to be clean in Eustis.
Yeah. I think I'm in Eustis once a month until the end of the year.
Okay.
And then Alex Barboza is having me on a show on July 5th.
Perfect.
Here in Melbourne.
Love.
Shout out Melbourne.
And shout out your socials. Where can they follow you? Your YouTube.
Robert N. Strange on Instagram. Post some clips here and there. And then if you want to see that fucking fourth time I was on stage. Oh man, not ready for people to see that. You go fucking watch it. I don't care. Robert Strange on YouTube. You might have to search like I Am a Comedian or something. That was the name of the special.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Love it. Yeah.
Yeah. Very to the point. I was really introducing my family like, I'm going to start saying bad words now in front of you. And,
right, exactly. Love it. Awesome. Thanks so much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for doing the time. You're going to kill at Pineapples, and you're going to kill in life. You're doing great. Keep doing it. Keep pushing it out. Don't let anybody say shit to you. You're funny. You're killing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Glad for our friendship to blossom. I'm ready for it.
Ready for a blossoming friendship. Absolutely. All right, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Watermelon goblin size of King Kong. Watermelon goblin size of King Kong. Glass Glasses shattering, million fractions on my face. I can't seem to put them back together in one place. Fractured on my fingers, swollen tongue is out of taste. Cut down all my trees, I'm catching monsters by the lake. I hope I'm not wrong. I hope I'm not wrong.